How did you book the job on Compound Fracture?
Well, it goes back to that first gig that I got when I first moved to LA. It was a short film called Everyday Joe, directed by Shane Cole. And it starred Jason Charles Miller as Everyday Joe, who's also, Jason Charles Miller is also the lead singer of the band Godhead. And through my interactions with him on that short, he asked me to direct a music video for him, for Godhead. And it was 2005, 2006 that I did that video. And I had Eric Roberts in it, so that was a huge, fun thing for me, like coming straight from Ohio, like, oh man, I'm doing a video with Academy Award nominated actor Eric Roberts. And I got to direct him. That was really cool. Fast forward 2 years later, I'm doing another music video with Jason. He's started a new, he's gone down another path with his music. He's now done some alt country and taken his skill set from the industrial music genre and brought it over to his passion from his childhood, which is country music. He's from Virginia, DC area. And so he's tapping back into that, and he asked me to do another video for him. Well, in that video, he had some of his friends come and be in the video. It was about a bar and the time periods that this bar had been through. So I did this video where basically you see the bar in like the 50s and the 20s and 60s and the 80s and then now. And it kind of fades between the eras. And one of the eras was the 80s era, and this bartender, the guy that was playing the bartender was Tyler Main. And he's friends with Jason. I knew who he was, but I didn't know him personally at the time. And I forget what was going on set, but he was liking how quick I was moving, I think. And he had been considering who to hire to shoot his film Compound Fracture that he was going to be doing. And he asked to look at some of my work, and I put him in front of my laptop and then went back to what I was doing. I'd done that a million times, showing people my reel on sets, and it wasn't an unusual situation. So I just kind of left him with it, and I went back to what I was doing. I had a lot more. There was a ton of people on set, and I had to tend to them as the director and the cinematographer. It was a tough one. So he came back to me at some point and gave me my laptop back, and he was like, man, that was really cool. We should get together and talk about this movie that I want to produce, Compound Fracture. I was like, all right, sounds cool. I've heard that a million times too. So I thought nothing of it really. We went back to shooting, finished the video. The video turned out pretty cool. I got an email from him basically saying, hey, let's get together and talk about this movie. And I was originally being asked to shoot the film as a cinematographer. Something happened between when I met with Tyler about shooting the film and a couple weeks later, and they had asked me, he had said, something's not working out with the director that I have right now. Would you be interested in maybe picking up a slack and doing both? And I was like, absolutely. So I went over to his house a bunch. We were planning this film for 6 months maybe. And pretty much from that point forward, it was just like, I was directing the film. And as part of compensation, I would say, I was offered the producer credit as well as a little bit of ownership in the film. And, I brought a lot of things to the table for that. I brought knowledge of my equipment, and I brought a lot of gear, deals, and friends to the crew and things like that. So, it was a benefit for both of us, and the film got off the ground somehow in January of 2012. Our initial shooting plans were going to shoot it overseas in a country called Georgia, and we had done months of work on getting that prepared. We were going to build the set for the house and use all local crew for the most part, and that fell through. And instead of giving up, we were like, well, what if we just do it here? And that's when everything started to come together with, what resources could I bring to the table that would make that happen? And because I'd been doing movies for a while at that point, and I was able to kind of help coordinate all that and bring it to LA. And we went and did a bunch of location scouting, and this kind of just developed from there. I spent quite a bit of time at Tyler's house during the early parts of that process. I got to meet his wife Renee, who wrote the script with Tyler, and it was a lot of fun. And I did not expect that some job that I had done off Craigslist as a 21-year-old fresh kid out of Ohio into LA would ultimately bloom into doing my first feature film on a large scale. So it's pretty neat how that works. But it's also kind of like it's an affirmation of the choices that I made and the strategy that I had for navigating through the Los Angeles, La La Land.
Did you actually write an affirmation out, or it was just a mental?
No, it was just like a mental thing. It was kind of like, oh yeah, it's all that stuff paid off. Like all those choices that I had done early on, thankful for them, because it ultimately led to, you can buy the movie in Walmart and Best Buy now. It's pretty cool.